I met a man at a party that I thought was the nicest man I'd ever met in my life. I thought if I had an opportunity to get to know him better, I would like to not make a mess of it like I've messed up past relationships. It happened that Kelly was offering a free webinar to introduce her services, and that popped up on my Facebook page the next day. So I thought, serendipity. So I jumped at the opportunity and I signed up for her seminar and took it. And I was really impressed. I think that Kelly said some things during that webinar that immediately struck home with me. And then we had an opportunity to talk privately, and she said a number of other things that were very important, and I took the class. My dominant attachment style was very, very strongly avoidant. I was run the other way. It was like psychotherapy that actually works. This was not just about dating. Dating for me was kind of a bonus. If that happened, great. But there were some things about myself that I wanted to work on, and I'd known about them for some time, and just, I hadn't been in a relationship for 10 years. So I hadn't really been put in a position to have to work on them. But I was like, yeah, it's time to fix it. It's time to fix these things, to get to unearth some of those inner demons and deal with them. And to me, that was hugely important. One exercise that sticks out in my mind is that we were to choose a photo of ourselves at about 4 to 5 years of age. And I did that. The second part of that exercise was to tell that younger self that they were lovable. And that was huge for me, because I could look at that innocent face and think, oh my God, you were lovable. Just because you didn't get what you needed doesn't mean you didn't deserve it. I feel so much more confident about my ability to choose a partner should one happen to come along. In the past, I never really knew how to choose. I had tried choosing by falling in love, tried that a couple of times, and that didn't work. Those were failed relationships. Then I thought, well, maybe we just choose based on shared interests. So I tried that, and that didn't work out. So I was absolutely baffled. I had no idea how to choose. How do you figure out who you're compatible with? So for me now, I have a very, very clear sense of what are the things to look for. And I just had the confidence in that. The self-confidence is tremendous. My relationship with my son changed immediately, and that was really cool. He and I started talking about deeper emotions almost immediately. We had some great conversations. So I'm very happy about that. I was very aware of myself when I was interacting with my sister. We spent 3 weeks together recently, and I was so much more aware of how I am in that relationship. I think the awareness is crucial. And it feels so good. It just feels so good to know that I can manage these situations, that I can be aware of my own behaviors, and to, make sure that I'm doing things that I think are more appropriate than in the past when I was just flailing around. I think Kelly's coaching is valuable to anyone who's actually willing to look at what's going on inside them and to face that. It's work. You really have to do the work. And if you do it, you'll get out of it a lot of good things. I think any age is appropriate. I think in or not in a relationship is appropriate. I'm 70 years old, and I don't think it's ever too late to face those things inside you that need to be healed.